on this thankful Thursday this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, PG, Martinique, the Eastern Caribbean, and the rest of the world. It is the 5th day of the 5th month in the year 2022. Thank you very much for starting your day off with us here at Classic 105 and Hot 98. Good morning, Gary, Mr. Smooth. How is thou this morning? Well, I'm gonna talk properly before the English gods come for me. How are you?
Thou art fine.
Thou art fine. Good to hear. How was your Wednesday? Was it a wonderful Wednesday?
It was
lovely.
Fantastic Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
All right.
Fantastic.
You go.
How does it go?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Oh, there's a kind of Wednesday.
That's the kind of Wednesday.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad it was a good one for you.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Who came up with that word goodness? That's a very good question.
I don't know. I think it's a hip hop group.
Could be. You never know.
Fushnikins, I think.
Who?
Fushnikins.
Who's that? I don't know that one.
Hip hop group.
I don't know Fushnikins.
Come on. Google, YouTube, come on.
I will have to Google. What? Fushnikins?
Yeah, good luck with the spelling though.
Yeah. I was about to ask you how to spell it. Well, look at teaching me something this morning. I'll have to go and look for Fushnikins and see what they're all about this morning. But in the meantime, good morning, and welcome to Good Morning Grenada. Those of you joining us on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the GBN Production YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channels 7, 11, and 20, and the loyal listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9, and Hot 98.5, 98.7. We're going to take a break and come back and get this morning's show started. Stick and stay right here. Good morning has begun.
Many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada on this thankful Thursday. This is the day that I really encourage us to be grateful and thankful. If you don't remember it any other day, I want you to remember it on a thankful Thursday. Give thanks and praises, especially as you're able to get up this morning, wake up and open your two beautiful eyes this morning. It's a time for me to remind you to be thankful on this thankful Thursday. It's Good Morning Grenada, and as Gary says, we on the inside. Y'all know I love the
We
phrase.
on the inside.
We on the inside.
Big and bold.
We on the inside, big and bold. All right, we adding to it. I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Speaking of big and bold, Gary, COVID-19 dashboard, bay. Telling me about all your bay. Yesterday we added, was it?
You went down south? Or?
Yeah. Mentally. Yesterday we added, how many we added yesterday? 77 or 177?
Yeah.
77?
It's getting... we had 77 yesterday, right?
77
No.
yesterday?
How much we had yesterday?
That's what I'm trying to remember. Hold on, let me check the stats.
Let's go back to
Yesterday
the
we
old-
added 177.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, 177 yesterday. And today, Gary, we are adding how many?
You do the math now? You're trying to...
According to the latest COVID-19 dashboard from the Ministry of Health yesterday, we've added 154 new positive COVID-19 cases, bringing our active cases to 620. There were 723 tests done yesterday. Currently, we have 8 people hospitalized, 5 of them moderately ill, 3 of them severely ill. Grateful that we do not have any critically ill patients hospitalized at the moment. But as suspected, as expected, the cases are continuing to rise, and we are now at 620 active
620,
cases.
right?
Confirmed cases have now surpassed 15,000. To be precise, since March 2020, we've recorded 15,138 positive COVID-19 cases. The thing coconius. The thing as expected, but still it still
doesn't
brings
soften the blow, like you said.
it doesn't soften the blow at all. Guys, we need to be safe. We need to do what we need to protect ourselves and the lives of our loved ones. Thankfully, I wonder if I should say thankfully, Bundry, but we have 220 cumulative deaths for the last, I believe it has been about 3 weeks since we've last recorded a COVID-19 related death. It's 220 too much, but there have not been a recent COVID-19 related death, thankfully. So let's
Hopefully it stays that way.
Let's hope so. So please, guys, employ your own personal protective restrictions, because the state of emergency has been lifted, so there are no much restrictions nationally, so we need to do our own restrictions. Please and thank you. All right, let's get into it.
And thank you.
Please and thank you. All right, word of the day time. Gary, can handle this one this morning?
Oh gosh.
Okay.
I will try my best here.
Yes, try your best.
All right, here we go. This morning's word is fractious. How did I do with that?
Yes, you did very well.
Fractious. It's an adjective, and it's spelled Fractious. All right, fractious. All right, fractious means troublesome, unruly, quarrelsome, or irritable. All right, the political party is more organized and coherent and less fractious. Okay, the game became fractious. Heavy tackles flying in, players squaring up to each other. The hostility spread. Your word of the day: fractious.
Fractious means troublesome, unruly, quarrelsome, or irritable. Okay, sometimes I can be fractious. All right, okay. I'm seeing it.
Somehow you figure that word sits squarely in your lap, right?
Yeah, sometimes I, confession good for the soul. So sometimes I'm a bit quarrelsome and troublesome. Not unruly. I'm a good behavior.
What month are you?
I'm a September born. The best month in the year.
What's that?
September. Get it together.
What sign?
It's a Libra. I'm a Libra.
Libra. Don't know much
late
about
September.
Libras.
Late September. Yeah.
I can't say anything on Liberals.
We're good people. That's all you need to know. We're good people. We're sometimes indecisive. Our sign is a scale, so we always have to weigh the good and the bad, the up and the down before we do something. We take a little while to make up our mind sometimes. But other than that, we're good people. We are great people. Best month of the year. Starting to quarrel. The other day somebody called me.
So Liberals are over analytical.
Exactly. Well, no, yeah. Actually, yes. Yes, we are. It helps sometimes. It could be a bother sometimes, but sometimes it helps making decisions. But Liberals are good people. Look how much time gone. Good stuff. Let me go. Thought of the day. We have 1 minute to do thought of the day and riddle. Thought of the day quickly. The thought for this Thankful Thursday: a person who feels appreciated will always do more than is expected. A person who feels appreciated will always do more than is expected. Before we go any further, quickly, we didn't do it yesterday, but did you know if you type this what's it, boy? Number sign 07, number 7 at the end, but you have to put that other sign in front of it. What's that sign called? An asterisk. Yeah, so asterisk, number sign 07 and number sign at the end again. I tried it yesterday and I didn't. In the dial pad of your phone, then it will show the radiation level of your phone. If it is less than 1.6 watts, then it is correct. If it is more than that, you need to change your phone immediately. Did you try it, Gary? No, I haven't tried it. I tried it yesterday. But I'm taking this one with a grain of salt, folks. Yeah, I tried it yesterday and I'm trying it this morning and it's not giving me what they say. We're going to throw this out there to the public. Has anyone tried it? And if you have, let us know if you got the result. So grab your phones and in the dial pad, it's asterisk, number sign, or for the young people, hashtag, asterisk, number.
The British has felt during the days of colonialism, after emancipation, all up to the 1930s and so on, that we black people in the Caribbean are unable to govern ourselves. But we have demonstrated, independent countries of the Caribbean, of the CARICOM region, we have demonstrated that we have made a major success of the imperfections of the Westminster system of governance.
On Sunday, the British government released the report of the British Virgin Islands Commission of Inquiry, the COI, which cited cases of corruption in a number of government-led projects. The government of the BVI is said to have welcomed the recommendations for improving governance and a commitment to work with the United Kingdom to address the weaknesses identified in the COI report. The release of the report was brought forward in the advent of the arrest of the territory's Prime Minister. The Boris Johnson administration decided to take control of the BVI's affairs after Prime Minister Andrew Foy was arrested in Florida last Thursday by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. He was charged with drug trafficking and money laundering after undercover agents caught him in a string operation set in motion last October. Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is among CARICOM leaders citing the move as regression. Christelina John, GBN News.
The developments in the British Virgin Islands have triggered responses from various quarters, including the sub-regional OECS grouping and the wider Caribbean Community member states, CARICOM. Reports say that the arrest of the BVI Premier, Steve Foy, could be linked to financial control, as developed states seek to gain control over huge sums of money which are invested in the financial services sector. And now there are fears that Mr. Foy may seek a plea deal that could well see some regional politicians being dragged into the net. Let's toss now to my colleague, Joseph Cador, who examines some of the issues with one of our regional media colleagues.
Stacia, we're joined by James White Jr., an executive producer of Radio Montserrat. James, now independence has always been a goal, and countries have been trying and making the move to remove themselves from any vestige of colonialism. Now here in 2022, the premier of the BVI has found himself in some legal battles that could land him in jail. Now, why in your estimation would the British suggest direct rule as a way forward at this time?
All right, thank you for having me, of course. I am thinking there is no secrecy in the cause of the British Virgin Islands. Rather, there is a 0% taxation policy. No capital gains tax, no gift tax, and so on. And this allows businesses to set up offshore companies in that particular region. I know that the British government has been trying to enshrine what we call register of ownership. And the British Virgin Islands is one of the oldest and most respected offshore financial centers in the world. And of course, the BVI itself is widely considered as a benchmark, which the other tax havens are trying to strive to emulate. Now they have earned millions and millions of dollars by their offshore banking services. And the British government does not have access to that. Now, we are looking at the governance issue. There's been a lot of talk about misappropriation or mismanagement of public funds and so on. Now, this commission of inquiry, it has come out ahead of its schedule, which was in June. It was supposed to come out in June this year. But with the arrest of the Premier Foy in the United States, Miami to be exact. Incidentally, the report came out after Mr. Foy was arrested in Miami, United States.
Right.
It leaves people to wonder, why is it? Why it was hastened to come out at the time it did?
I guess the conversation would continue around that. Let me ask you this. Can you confirm the reports that the Premier is considering a plea deal that could implicate other Caribbean leaders in this scandal?
I can't confirm that, because one of the things that needs to be said, who are these other Caribbean leaders who is rumored to have been in collusion or what have you with Mr. Foy? And that is just rumors as it stands right now. There is no certainty that there were other leaders who were involved in these kind of dealings. So I wouldn't go too fast to speculate much on that.
We're not sure, James. We say thanks. We'll continue to follow the story. Thank you, James White Jr., Executive Producer of Radio Montserrat. Stacia, back to you.
Following the money as the Caribbean watches the development from the British Virgin Islands. Thanks to Joseph Cador for that report. 12 companies lost the bid for the Molyneux Land Slippage Restoration Project to a construction company out of St. Lucia. Details in this report.
The Molyneux Land Slippage Restoration Project has been awarded to an OECS construction company from St. Lucia.
We are happy to announce that the Molyneux Land Slip project is almost ready to commence. 2 Fridays ago, we had a community meeting in the Molyneux area where we met with residents, updated them on the project, what is happening. We also had the consultants giving some technical update and to inform the public as to the timelines for the project commencement and what are some of the impacts and benefits that the community would realize from the implementation of this project.
Minister for Infrastructure Development, Senator Nolan Cox, says they met with members of the community ahead of the commencement of the project to keep the members up to date on the necessary work to be done.
This project has been awarded to a construction company, an OECS construction company out of St. Lucia. That company is in the name of Construction and Industrial Equipment Limited. They have been awarded the Molyneux Landslip Restoration Project. We are now finalizing contract arrangements with the said contractor, and they will be mobilizing during the month of May with a view to commence infrastructure work sometime in June.
In March this year, 13 companies had bid to repair the land slippage area. The Molyneux Road has been closed since Monday, 16 December 2019. Entrepreneurs and homeowners were forced to abandon their shops and homes in the interest of their safety as the road below gradually gave way into the sea. 6 million EC dollars have been provided for the Molyneux project, which, according to Senator Cox, is being funded for locally.
An invitation to a meeting that was scheduled for 10 a.m. this morning by the Royal Grenada Police Force was abruptly rescinded less than an hour before the start time of the meeting. On Tuesday, the RGPF sent out an invitation to members of the media to provide coverage of the Commissioner of Police meeting with all women police officers and female staff members at the Grenada Trade Center Annex. This amid reports of sexual exploitation of female officers, misconduct, and abuse of power in the workplace. Shortly after 9 a.m., GBN Newsroom received an email stating the Royal Grenada Police Force hereby notifies all media entities that a decision has been taken to rescind an invitation issued by the Commissioner of Police for a meeting carded for today, the 4th of May 2022. It further stated that the Commissioner apologizes for the short cancellation notice and assures everyone that a briefing on today's closed-door session will be provided during a press brief scheduled for Thursday, May 5th, 2022. Lecturers employed at the TA Marischal Community College continue to push for the resolution of several outstanding money matters as they took their plight to the street in protest again on Wednesday. Sherry Ann Blackman-Stephen has this report.
The expansion is only centered around the administrative arm. But yet for all, we have the educative arm that is still suffering. The classrooms, the staff rooms, the lecturers' pocket are still suffering. But yet for all, when we raise the issues, all we get is that we're crunching the numbers. We do not know when the numbers are crunching, but we'll stand here until that numbers finish crunch and we could get an answer from them.
Assistant lecturer Paris Fraser says 10 years and counting lecturers at the TA Marischal Community College have had no salary increase, yet are forced to face the rising cost of living.
We have issues like we have not received any salary increase for the past 10 years. Standard of living is going up. Our lifestyle, our expenses, with the basic goods we could have buy 10 years ago, we cannot buy that no more. But when we ask for simple increase, when we ask for simple increments, we get the total back and off, we crunching the numbers. But yet for all, we could see development happening on Tam City campus, but development where? The principal office.
Fraser says their concerns seem to fall on deaf ears, leaving them with questions about the ownership of the college.
We beg the question of who's in charge of Tam City. Is Tam City a statutory body? Or is Tam City still part of the ministry? We want to know what is the law that defines Tam City. Because we have current issues dealing with Tam City, and when we address it to the council, they tell us is either they get back to us, they're crunching the numbers, or they have to talk to the Minister of Finance, or they have to talk to some ministry outside of Tam City.
The frustrated lecturers started protest action last week to draw attention to their plight. In a previous interview with President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew said action had to be taken after many failed attempts to meet with Tam City management.
Hopefully now they will get the message, and we look forward to, because what we want basically for management and everybody to come to the negotiating table where we can solve this situation. But the very opposite happened. We called for the negotiating table where we can deal with these matters, and we did not get any response.
A press release issued by Tam City following last week's protest action states that it recently concluded its payments of increments owed to faculty and staff for the period 2013 to 2018. The payments of 25% of outstanding increments for the year 2016 have also been received. Additionally, Tam City release says it remains dedicated to the payment of all outstanding increments and ensures all concerned that the institution expects to fulfill the payment of the balance of the outstanding increments for the period 2019 to 2021 by the end of this year. Cherry and Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
Do you have to experience the heartache and pains of a lengthy and expensive court process to resolve issues? Mediation versus adjudication. What is the difference? We get a better understanding in this report.
Justice Ralston Glasgow believes mediation is one of the best methods to resolve conflicts and fracturing relationships, which lead to most cases going to court. Noting the numerous negative interactions within the various levels of the court, Justice Glasgow impresses that one of the major differences is the representation of a lawyer.
So whatever the lawyer brings to court is what the judge or magistrate hears. That's the first issue. The second issue is that while the case is going on, those of you who have been to court, the lawyer is the one who's articulating or is telling the judge or magistrate what the issue is. You're standing behind that person. And many times, as Mr. Diallo just pointed out, you are upset about something entirely different, but you have no control over the process.
Mediation coordinator Marvin Toussaint notes that while mediation is part of the court system, it aids in expediting resolutions by way of the parties involved, driving the process of mediation.
As opposed to an attorney making a representation for you, the parties are the one who drives the process at mediation. So it's a more relaxed process, and it's a process that aims at bringing resolution quickly, which is critical as opposed to going through the entire trial process in the court system.
President of the Mediators Association, Christopher Diallo, explains that mediation deals primarily with civil matters which have experienced a major backlog.
And sometimes it offers parties an opportunity to talk to each other, which they probably never did before. And versus the court system, you have a third party, your attorney represent you, and you never get an opportunity to say how you feel. Mediation deals with all of those issues. So we encourage people to go mediation because we believe that parties themselves have the solutions. It's not a judge or somebody else that has to come and give them the solution. They have it.
Diallo highlights that the biggest benefit to mediation is to the emotional side, whereby parties get the opportunity to express themselves.
Sometimes the other party don't even know what the problem is, and they're here. And it encourages that kind of dialogue. And then sometimes in family matters, husband and wife issues, they never knew what was the issue because the communication ends at a certain point. And it encourages them then to talk. And then when they start, it's like, why are we here? Why are we in court?
Mediation, according to the officials, can be done as a pre-action even before engaging the court process, as an average of 48 to 50% of matters being resolved. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
A call to institute the Occupational Safety and Health Act. This comes from President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, as he addressed public workers at the Labor Day rally on Sunday. More in this report.
I want to put on record, the Grenada Public Workers Union will not negotiate the health of its members. I want to reiterate, the Grenada Public Workers Union will not negotiate the health of its members. Please take note.
President of the Public Workers Union, Brian Grimes, as he highlighted unsafe and unhealthy working conditions public officers are faced with. The issue of unhealthy working conditions at the ministerial complex dates back to 2017, where workers there took mild protest action, having experienced respiratory problems. Quoting aspects of the Labour Minister's address on World Day of Safety and Health in the Workplace, President Grimes implored upon Minister David to take the union's concerns to Cabinet to have an immediate resolve.
Let me tell you something. The carpets in the ministerial complex are as old as Methuselah. The air conditioning is outdated. Time for us to stop paying lip service and start doing the right things. You only hear that they're going to change the carpets and put tiles. In very short order, Minister, I urge you to speak to the Cabinet because you understand based on what you say that the health of the workers is at stake. So we're looking for you to do something about that with immediate effect.
Grimes calls on the Labour Minister to institute the Occupational Safety and Health Act.
However, I want to take the opportunity to ask the
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. You're on Classic 105 Hot 98 GBN. Thank you very much. It is now 7.5 minutes after 7. That's a lucky number, a lucky time for somebody. 7 past 7. Yeah, that sounds lucky for somebody. All right, we on the inside, big and bold. I'm loving it. We big and bold.
Yeah,
all right.
You're doing good, man.
Yeah, I tell you, I like it. Riddle time. Look, I tried. And nah, I can't make it.
Aren't alone.
I can't make it. That too much brain power. Let me see. Yeah, I haven't strolled on WhatsApp to see if anybody has attempted to answer. Okay, all right. I think I see some people with some answers. So let me give you all the riddle. Let me give you all. This is more than a riddle. Let me give you all this this brain exercise. This day work that Gary come up with this morning. So the riddle is...
Yeah, pin it on me.
Yeah, I want them to know it ain't me. It ain't me. The day before, 2 days after the day before tomorrow is Saturday. What day is it? The day before, 2 days after the day before tomorrow is Saturday. What day is it? I'm not even going to attempt.
Trust me, I would know if all you Google the answer. I would know.
Okay, so hold on. Let me see. Somebody on Facebook says Thursday for sure. Another person on Facebook says Sunday. 2 people on Facebook says Sunday. This person says it's Friday. All right, let me go by WhatsApp now, which is where we would get this morning's winner from.
I would like for the person who said Friday, tell me how you came up with that answer.
Tell me
what I mean?
Tell me how I came up with anything, because
yeah, I know you're on zero.
I am. Okay, let me see WhatsApp.
Good morning, my name is Shellyan, and the answer is Friday.
All right, Shellyan says the answer is Friday. Look, somebody
Another person with Friday.
Somebody tried your phone thing. I will tell you the result just now. This person, let me see, this one says...
Good morning, my name is Marisha Pascal, and the answer is Monday.
Marisha says the answer is Monday. Good morning, Marisha. You sound like a little
happy that someone is thinking along my path, because that's the answer I had come up with.
What, Monday?
Monday, yeah.
Okay.
When I really did the math, the subtraction, and the division,
I ain't even
came up with Monday.
I ain't gonna lie.
So we're gonna find out who's right. We're gonna find out who's right. Let's keep going.
I didn't make much of it.
I am Giovanni, and the answer is Friday.
Okay, Giovanni says Friday, and this person says Thursday.
Somebody just messaged me and said, Gary, you're too bad, man. Where you get that riddle from?
If again, tell me that no wickedness this early morning with my brain. All right, so the first person with the correct answer and a picture, according to my former co-worker, picture. This would be this person here.
Good morning, my name is Shellyan, and the answer is Friday.
So Shellyan is the first person with a picture and the correct answer.
So Shellyan, congratulations, you've just won yourself a pack of diapers, all courtesy of our friends at Sleepy Diapers. All natural ingredients, 100% cotton and bamboo fiber. Congratulations to you.
Yes, people, the answer according to the riddlers is Friday.
But how you come up with Friday? I can't figure. I came up with Monday.
I don't know. I came up with zip.
The people who created the riddle say Friday, so I'm in no position to argue with them.
Okay, so let's say today is Friday. The day before, oh jeez, lad. Okay, so Friday, the day before, 2 days after the day before tomorrow. Okay, so let me start.
Saturday is the day in which you are basing the answer upon. So today is Saturday.
No, man.
Right? You don't find?
No. Okay, so if only know we had to
Saturday
analyze.
Is the day. It's the current day.
Right, Saturday. No, they're asking what day is it today. So the answer has to be the day today, not Saturday. Saturday is tomorrow, please a lot.
But if I had asked the riddle yesterday,
then you just say
so the answer will change. The answer not supposed to change?
Because there's the word Saturday in the riddle, the answer can change.
Okay.
You understand? All right, so hold on, let me go. So I think I'll start to work it backward. The day before tomorrow is Saturday. So if the day before tomorrow is Saturday, then that is Sunday. Right? Mm-hmm. Then 2 days after, Monday, Tuesday, and 2 days before, and I come back to Sunday. What?
Yeah, you're being analytical, and you are wrong somewhere along the line.
Somewhere along the line, you mean the whole line? And
yeah.
You know what?
Keep thinking about it as we continue.
If the people say the answer is Friday, Friday it is. I am taking
Friday it is. We in no position to dispute.
So Shellyan, congratulations. You are the winner this morning. Remember, to be a winner, you have to send us a voice note with your picture on WhatsApp. So for the folks on Facebook who, the one
if
person on
Google
Facebook.
The answer, Shellyan, send us back a voice note and detail
how you come up with Friday.
How smart you're smart.
Yeah, Shellyan, tell me how you came up with Friday.
Detail the answer first. How did you dissect this riddle to come up with this answer?
And here another answer came.
You did not Google this answer.
That answer came about 1 minute after I gave the riddle. So Shellyan, you had to come strong.
Busy finger boy.
Yeah, well, I had to come real strong to tell me how to dissect that in a minute, because it's been half an hour and Blossom still lost. So
we still lost.
You're bright, girl. You're bright. Set up yourself right. All right, let me go.
Jeez. I know I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but oh gosh, man.
Somebody say, I couldn't even Google that one, and I can't even understand the answer either. Yeah. What would you Google? How would you Google it? What you Googling?
Oh, my goodness.
That was too much. All right, let me go. If all they say it's Friday, take a win, because I can't dispute.
Friday it is.
I'll work it out in when I'm alone and I have more time. All right, Let's get into some more details. We're getting straight into the. Let's skip the beginning and get straight into the news part.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the news items. Today is Thursday, so yesterday, Wednesday, in relation to the protest at the T.A. Marisho Community College.
Another one again?
Another one. This has been, they protested yesterday, they protested Tuesday, and I believe they protested last week, Friday or Thursday. So this is possibly the third consecutive. If it's Friday, it's third consecutive. If it's Thursday, then they missed Friday and then they came back.
Good morning to all the teachers.
All the teachers near
faculty
and far.
Members.
It hurts me that they have to fight for what they deserve so much. But let's take in the clip and then we'll talk about it after the protest yesterday by lecturers at the T. Marisho Community College. I'm not getting audio. Me and Ollie again. Okay, there's no audio. Let's work on that. But in the meantime, let me see if I can remember off the top of my head. You remember off the top of your head what it was, Gary? The one of the issues, or the issue at the T. Marisho Community College?
You with me? You hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
They are saying that they are talking about crunching the numbers. Right? So if they are crunching the numbers,
here until that
they're waiting until the numbers
and we could get an answer
stop crunching
Assistant
to get an
lecturer
answer.
Paris Fraser says
So the figure is high time that they get an answer right about now. They say, okay, they've already given them pay for the years 2013, I think, to 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Possibly.
All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But there is construction going on the compound. He alluded to the principal's office is, telling you, boy.
Yeah, they're seeking salary increase short of the matter for increments for, I'm trying to remember the period, I believe it's 2019 to 2022,
Yeah.
I believe as much.
But the college is saying that they're crunching the numbers.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry you couldn't hear that clip though. This man was quite spirited.
He was. If I can find it,
we have the educative arm that is still
okay,
suffering.
So start it over there. I think
the staff rooms, the lecturers' pocket are still suffering. But yet, for when we raise the issues, all we get is that we're crunching the numbers. We do not know when the numbers will be crunching, but we'll stand here until that numbers finish crunch and we could get an answer from them.
Assistant lecturer Paris Fraser says 10 years and counting lecturers at the T.A. Marisho Community College have had no salary increase, yet are forced to face the rising cost of living.
We have issues like we have not received any salary increase for the past 10 years. Standard of living is going up. Our lifestyle, our expenses, the basic goods we could have buy 10 years ago, we can't buy that no more. But when we ask for simple increase, when we ask for simple increments, we get the total back and off, we crunch in the numbers. But yet for all, we could see development happening on Tam City campus, but development where? The principal office.
Fraser says their concerns seem to fall on deaf ears, leaving them with questions about the ownership of the college.
We beg the question of who's in charge of Tam City? Is Tam City a statutory body? Or is Tam City still part of the ministry? We want to know what is the law that defines Tam City? Because we have current issues dealing with Tam City, and when we address it to the council, they tell us is either they'll get back to us, they're crunching the numbers, or they have to talk to the Minister of Finance, or they have to talk to some ministry outside of Tam City.
The frustrated lecturers started protest action last week to draw attention to their plight. In a previous interview with President of the Grenada Union of Teachers, Jude Bartholomew said action had to be taken after many failed attempts to meet with TAMCC management.
Hopefully now they will get the message, and we look forward to, because what we want basically for management and everybody to come to the negotiating table where we can solve this situation. But the very opposite happened. We called for the negotiating table where we can deal with these matters, and we did not get any response.
A press release issued by TAMCC following last week's protest action states that it recently concluded its payments of increments owed to faculty and staff for the period 2013 to 2018. The payments of 25% of outstanding increments for the year 2016 have also been received. Additionally, TAMCC release says it remains dedicated to the payment of all outstanding increments and ensures all concerned that the institution expects to fulfill the payment of the balance of the outstanding increments for the period 2019 to 2021 by the end of this year.
And that was the story from last night.
The gist of the matter.
The crux of the matter. Yeah, it seems like there's always a battle for something.
With the teachers now?
Yeah, like it always has.
And I mean, that is not crying them down, but I'm just saying, it seems like the fight is never ending.
It's never ending. If it's not private, not primary and secondary school students, it's T.A. Marisho Community College. It's like, it just feels like every week there's an issue, and it's like we have to take to the streets to get some answers.
But this is a good question. Is TAMCC a statutory body, or is it under the Ministry of Education? A good question. That's somebody could probably enlighten us. Give us a call and let us know.
I'm not sure about
should they really take the fight too, you know what I mean?
I'm not sure about the statutory body part, but I do know that there's a minister responsible for runnings at T.A. Marisho Community College. When the current administration just came into office, I remember Minister Pamela Moses was in charge of tertiary, in charge of TAMCC runnings, but since she was moved to ICT, I think that responsibility fell to the Minister of Education, Emmeline Pear, if my memory serves me correctly. So at least I know government has some...
So it's not a statutory body?
I don't believe so. I know government has some dealings with the running at T.A. Marisho Community College.
Well, Ollie, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. It seems like it just may be a everyday thing now for them to go outside and protest, I guess, until they get some redress or the other. So let's see what happens today if the protest continues today.
Hey, good morning to our friends inside of Carriacou. How you guys doing? Hope you all having a wonderful time. In the days to come, we're gonna have a special feature on Carriacou at least once a week. because we love Carriacou real bad.
I like.
I spent a couple of years ago. I spent 3 weeks in Carriacou. Let me tell you something. I could live in Carriacou.
I agree.
Big up Carriacou.
Bless up the sister.
Every day at the Paradise Beach.
Yeah.
But is alive. I can't wait to retire.
Officially, Carriacou is part of the state, but they always seem like, just a special nook in the Caribbean Sea. It's just a lovely place. If you haven't been to Carriacou and or PT Martinique, you're missing out. It's just a nice, cozy little environment, and it's just nice vibes. And even though they say it's part of the state, you still feel like you're quote-unquote overseas. So I really like Carriacou. Good morning to Princess, Mr. Leggett. Mr. Leggett always tunes into Good Morning Grenada. Bless up yourself. And yeah, Carriacou. I know they're preparing, hopefully, bring back Carriacou Regatta this year.
Vibes.
So, vibes. Bless up all yourselves, sister.
Vibes. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
22 minutes gone past, actually 24 gone past 7. Are you taking some music, man?
Yes, we shall. Which music we're going to Brighter Star?
Let's do Brighter Star, yeah.
All right. Yeah, let's get a little...
nice up the place a little bit.
Yeah, let's get a little...
Take in some entertainment, and then we're going to come back with some juicy matters.
Yup.
Find pleasure in doing evil. The wicked flee when no one pursue. Like coals in the burning fire, I've learned patience is a virtue. The wicked flee when no one pursue. No, them get with them one, them turn them back on you. Alright, them got malice in them tongues. What the I say? Mischief in them. Guide the youth them from the predators. Them never like it from the start. The power wheeling from the earth. Praise him in his excellence. Rastafari is the comforter. Take me humbleness with cowardness and left with powerless. No for them, you give strength. Them a pre your wickedness. Like an eagle, so the fool wander off from its nest. Even your family, them no different from the rest. So them rank them off a plot. Figure feed up on your flesh about them. No man no perfect, let's be honest. Fools with a stiff neck. Reggae music run the planet. Heard the voice I got it. Do I give to you them honors? Load the reggae matic blow. Them got malice in them tongues. What the I say? Mischief in them earth. Protect I from the pestilence. Guide the youth them from the predators. Them never like it from the start. The power wheeling from the earth. Praise him in his excellence. Rastafari is the comforter. Back from exile, let the stars them shine. When the moon turn blood with burning skies. If this world have end, I must stay for a while and show some love.
With Comforter, bless up yourself, Brighter Star. He's a talented musician.
Yeah, man.
His antics just overshadows the talent sometimes.
I'm telling you.
But he's
quite a character.
Let's just say his mouth is not blessed. But he's very
outspoken.
Talented, very outspoken. But he's talented when it comes to the music. It's just when he speaks, what he says is not. Just over the weekend in one of the shows that they had, I understand, it was a little tense moment while he was on stage with one of the hosts of the event. Yeah, the host introduced him on stage. I think he sang a little piece, and then he said something to the effect that the same host who's a DJ does not push his music, and
oh boy,
spoke of his extracurricular activities. Brighter Star he just turned the thing up and down.
Brighter Star.
Yeah, right now I'm afraid to say anything about him before you go on Facebook and blast us. So let me just say good morning, Brighter Star. Bless up your whole self. Taking it from.
We always play his music here on Good Morning Grenada.
Oh, great.
We play local as best we can.
Amen.
But big up Eugene Gittins on this as well. He's the producer of this rhythm, and his genius and creativity is written all over this project. So big up to Eugene.
He also has Jonathan Francis on that same rhythm as well. Another one of my favorite songs as well. So big up Eugene. Green's music to the world. Amen. Gary, before we go on, the winner from this morning's riddle has sent a voice note explaining how she came up with her answer.
I'm so eager to learn.
Me too. And somebody else on Facebook sent an explanation too. But let's go to, I think it's Shelly-Ann is her name?
Shelly and him.
The frustrated lecturer.
The day before is Tuesday.
To draw attention to the
2 days after, like Wednesday and Thursday. The day before Saturday.
action has to be
Like Friday.
the many feel that
Okay.
Shelly and him.
How you manage to
The
start
day before is Tuesday.
to draw attention to the
2 days after, like Wednesday and Thursday. The day before Saturday.
action has to be
Like Friday.
the many feel that
All right. That's Shelly-Ann's explanation.
I don't know
how she started on
got
Tuesday.
Tuesday as the day before.
I don't know how
Where
Shelly-Ann
that clue?
started on Tuesday. Somebody else on Facebook says, it's simple. The first parts of the riddle aren't being used. That's just to cause confusion to the reader and to cause the reader to lose focus. Because the second part clearly states that tomorrow is Saturday. So what
Aye,
day
that's what I'm
can today
saying.
be besides Friday? That's Miles Jamie Thorne on Facebook. So it's just concentrate on the second part that says.
So the
day before
first thing
tomorrow.
is a curveball.
Apparently, just to throw us off our game.
Yeah. So 2 days before Saturday is what?
That's
is Thursday. Right?
Mm-hmm.
The day before Saturday is.
Nah, man, that's still not making sense. Hold on. The day before
fine?
tomorrow is Saturday. So, I still.
But if by the logics of the person on Facebook, by leaving out the first part, yeah, that person is spot on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
By leaving out the first, anyhow. All is smarter than we are, apparently, obviously.
Okay. Okay. All right, if it says so. I ain't debating nobody that came up with the answer. Not at all. All right, let's go.
You're moving on.
Moving on. Molyneux. The Molyneux Road. Yesterday in post-cabinet briefing, Minister of Infrastructure Development, Senator Nolan Cox, he revealed the information of which company has been awarded the contract to reconstruct the broken road in Molyneux. And it's a St. Lucian company. So let's go to the story. And
well, I have some thoughts on the matters, but let's check out the clip first.
Let's check it out.
To an OECS construction company from St. Lucia.
We are happy to announce that the Molyneux Landslip project is almost ready to commence. 2 Fridays ago, we had a community meeting in the Molyneux area where we met with residents, updating the project, but also giving some technical update and to inform the public as to the timelines for the project commencement and what are some of the impacts, benefits that the community would realize from the implementation of this project.
Minister for Infrastructure Development.
As excerpt from the news story last night done by Beverly, revealing that a St. Lucian company has been awarded the contract for the Molyneux. Gary, you said you had thoughts. What thoughts you have on?
Well, nothing controversial, so relax.
Oh, okay. I was ready for the war, but okay.
Yeah. I just would have liked to learn what was really the determining factor in awarding the contract to that company. I would have liked to know. You know, okay, maybe they would have undergone similar construction in St. Lucia, or maybe whatever the reason might be. But I would have liked to know what were some of the deciding factors in awarding them that contract.
I know one of the deciding factors is the cost that you propose. So if there are 3 companies, I'm not sure if they go with the lowest, but they go with the one that they can afford.
Because that's not always the best option.
Which is true.
You know that. You very well know that, right?
True, but I would go with the one I can afford. Because if...
No!
If Blossom's Construction Company comes with $1 million contract, and then Gary's Construction comes with a $750,000 contract, and that project sounds feasible, then of course I'll give $750,000.
If you're just looking at the dollar, then you're undermining...
Not necessarily.
The safety of the people in that area.
Not necessarily. Part of it. Because if I cannot afford $1 million contract, I'm not going to award a $1 million contract. But part of it,
that's not the end. Plays a part, but
that's not the entire
the person who is most qualified,
fair enough. So
most experienced.
That's why you have to submit.
Be considered.
That's why you have to submit documents.
Cost after.
That's why you have to submit your documents, your experience, work that you have done, the material that you'll be using, where you'll be sourcing the material from, and the cost of this project that you want to come to do in Grenada.
Well, I just hope the cost wasn't the ultimate deciding factor. That's all I'm saying.
But knowing the area that the problem is at, they can't just go on the cheapest. It has to be a feasible project that can sustain being on the seaside. So I'm sure they looked at the other factors as in, okay, this is affordable, and it's affordable, and even if they're using, I don't know what they'll be using, I'm just saying, even if they'll be using steel and concrete, yeah man, that could sustain by Molyneux. I'm not saying that's what the people contract, but that sounds sustainable. So let's give Blossom's Construction.
I have a St. Lucian hitting me up in my DM. Oh boy, all the St. Lucians, boy. We are the best. Gary, you've been to St. Lucia before. You've seen our infrastructure. What are you talking about? We're the best. Okay, I rest my case.
Yeah, man, there's more involved besides the money, of course, but I'm sure it plays a part. So. I'm sure it plays a part. And I've seen comments about people, if there wasn't a Grenadian company that could do it, and so on and so forth. According to the minister, the Grenadian companies which submitted proposals, there were certain requirements that they did not meet. And if that's the case, then so be it. Because if you don't meet if you don't check all the boxes, I can't give you just because you're a Grenadian company. Plain and simple.
Listen, I would still like to know what were the determining factors. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm giving the St. Lucian company this contract because A, they did a similar work in St. Lucia and they did it good. You understand? They've been around for X amount of years. They've done work in Trinidad, Barbados. They've done work all over the place, and they've got a track record that have proven to be, successful. A proven track record. Then we're going with them. I know the money kind of hot, but we're going to put the safety first over anything else. You understand?
Let me see. Some comments on Facebook. Somebody says they also asked for examples of similar work done as one of the things to consider.
There you go.
All right. Somebody on Facebook says Grenadians are left out as usual. They simply don't like us. I beg to differ.
I know. Speaking about Molyneux, I traveled St. Lucia the few times I've been there, and there's an area in St. Lucia that looks exactly like Molyneux.
Really? So maybe it's that company that did it. Look at us gassing up.
Exactly like Molyneux. I was like, when I drove past that area, I was like, OMG.
Look at us gassing up the company. Maybe they're the one that did it in St. Lucia, so No, I'm not saying that there was any construction or rehabilitation that took place in that particular area. I'm just saying the landscape looks just like Molyneux. Gary, tell me if this WhatsApp comment is confusing as I think it is. Somebody says, plain and simple, the St. Lucian got the contract to bring in Lucians to vote, but the law will be in full effect. Does that confuse you as much as it confuses me?
Next topic, please.
I was going to leave it up, but I said no. Person is participating. Let's discuss as we go on.
Next topic, because you see that right there. We're not gonna. That's a slippery slope. We ain't going there.
I mean, it just doesn't fit. Anyway, Facebook. Were there any bids to get the contract? Yes, there were bids. I believe
quite a bit.
13 in all. I believe 13 in all. Submitted proposals, and the St. Lucian company won. And somebody else on Facebook says creative design has a track record of doing good work also. Yes, they do. But I'm not sure. Let's see what the requirements or what was the deciding factors that led to this company being awarded the contract.
Well, nonetheless, it's amazing that it's been since 2019, eh?
Yeah,
since this road has been out of commission.
Yes, and there was an announcement about the bidding for the contract. Yeah, man, that announcement went out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Could be about a year now, man. Yeah, man. That was
You've seen this. You've noticed the state of some of the buildings in that area, man.
In Molineux.
I haven't been there since 2019. So when I saw the pictures, some of the video that was shown in the clip, it's amazing. Yeah, how much the land have slid and the houses that were there.
But listen,
the condition they in right now.
The house that is on the side where the slippage is taking place, the one in the meter matter, it's still standing. That is one strong house. Pillars standing. Yeah. It's slanted. Yes, it's leaning.
Which one? The wall house?
Yes. It's leaning. Yeah,
the shop. Where the shop was, that totally that down on the ground.
The shop is down on the ground, but the house with the drive-in that was level with the road. That house is still, for what it's worth, standing.
Yeah, it's still there.
I would have liked to know who built that house. Maybe they could have done the road too. That house is strong. 2.5 years later, and it's standing up there. It's leaning by saying, "I'm not going to without a fight." I like.
Understand.
That house say, "Look me."
Easy now, young lady. Hey, we're moving on in the morning. Don't forget to share up the live. Share up the live for those of you on Facebook right about now. We got a few folks on the live, so we would like for you to share it up some more. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. Niceness in the morning time. So the BVI premiere, we've touched on this topic already, and it's still trending. So it warrants us, going back on it just for a little bit. We're not going to belabor it. And apparently, it is rumored, based on the what paper I was reading about, I think it's St. Vincent Times, that he's planning to expose a few other people of high places in the Caribbean, so that his sentence can be reduced.
I don't blame him. Sometimes you have to save your own self.
So grab all your seat and get ready for that ride. Get ready for that bombshell
I'm wondering if it'll come to that though. If he'll quote unquote snitch. Snitches get stitches. So I'm wondering if he's gonna, bring down his fellow brothers and sisters with him. And have you ever thought about which leaders may be on the list? Don't name them, but have you ever given it much thought? I'm not hearing you. I ain't hearing you.
Sorry, I cannot even start to think who are some of those co-conspirators, within the region.
I've come up with a list.
I can't even start to imagine.
I've come up with a list, judging the book by its cover. I've come up with a list of those who look suspect. I can't tell all I'm lose my walk.
What's up, man?
Nah.
So he's lost his bid to get sent back to the BVI or to get released on grounds of what was it again?
Diplomatic immunity.
Diplomatic immunity.
What you was thinking?
They say nonsense. Try again.
Yeah. I mean,
try again.
I think the crime is too great for you to get that bly. And maybe for something minor, like maybe, I don't know, stealing.
Right.
But something like this, no. That's good try, but.
Meanwhile, our good friend Ali Gill is weighing in on the situation of British rulership of the BVI on the heels of this, what you call this, damning report. All right. And Ali Gill, he's part of the reparation committee here in Grenada, and he's been quite vocal, mind you. I think he has spoken out when others have chosen to be quiet on matters of race. All right, You with me, Bloss?
I'm with you.
Yeah. So I commend him on that. So here is him speaking out on the situation of Britain planning to scoop in and take control of the BVI.
Must continue to support the position of the elected officials in the BVI and that of the CARICOM heads and the OECS heads with regards to condemning this recommendation made by a one-man commission set up by the British, recommending that the BVI returns to direct rule under the Crown.
That was Ambassador and Chairman of the Reparations Committee, Ali Gill. He described the British intent to enter the British Virgin Islands as disheartening.
This is a recommendation from a one-man committee set up by the British government, which, consistent with the statement issued by the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States and that of CARICOM, is a retrogressive position in today's day and age. In a period when we are speaking about reparations for the Atlantic slave trade, indigenous genocide against the indigenous peoples, the period of slavery and colonialism, it is disheartening at the very least for the British to even contemplate the recolonization of any Caribbean territory. That, of course, contradicts and contravenes the Resolution 1514 of 1960, which the United Kingdom has signed on to with regards to the independence of colonies.
Citing the intent of the British to recolonize these islands, such as Montserrat, Turks and Caicos, Caymans, and Bermuda, the ambassador believes a conversation needs to be had regarding their independence.
And something that has not been said, that recommendations, there's a slight undertone of racism in these recommendations, in the sense that the British has felt during the days of colonialism, after emancipation, all up to the 1930s and so on, that we black people in the Caribbean are unable to govern ourselves. But we have demonstrated, independent countries of the Caribbean, of the CARICOM region, we have demonstrated that we have made a major success of the imperfections of the Westminster system of governance.
On Sunday, the British government released the report of the British Virgin Islands Commission of Inquiry, the COI, which cited cases of corruption in a number of government-led projects. The government of the BVI is said to have welcomed the recommendations for improving governance and the commitment to work with the United Kingdom to address the weaknesses identified in the COI report. The release of the report was brought forward in the advent of the arrest of the territory's Prime Minister. The Boris Johnson administration decided to take control of the BVI's affairs after Prime Minister Andrew Foy was arrested in Florida last Thursday by the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency. He was charged with drug trafficking and money laundering after undercover agents caught him in a string operation set in motion last October. Grenada's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is among CARICOM leaders citing the move as regression.
And that was the news story last night with featuring Mr. Gill speaking of the issue. I guess it's another tough, sticky, how do they call them again, not bilateral, no? Inter-country thingies. I can't remember what I'm looking for. Don't judge me.
I can't help you at the moment, sorry.
I used all my brain cells this morning trying to figure out the riddle.
The riddle.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
But that's the kind of situation.
You know what? Kudos to Ali Gill, and I think he's made his point rather clear as far as this situation is concerned. This can be seen as modern day colonialism. All right? And we see what's happening. So we'll see how they go through with this. And the folks in the BVI, they are not having it. There's protests all over the BVI. We'll see how that turns out. But we stand for the folks I stand for the folks in the BVI. I don't know where Red Blossom.
I stand for the folks in the BVI. You want to keep control of your country, and if somebody else wants to take that control, it's never an easy pill to swallow. So I'm with the folks in the BVI.
Yeah, man, big up all the time. So we on the inside. I think we do for a commercial break. We also had a tune for tune a little bit later. We
pick my tune yet,
knocking closely at the door of the end of this show.
I ain't picked my tune yet, you know?
Don't worry, I give you 2 songs at the list, at the bottom of the list here. Check your WhatsApp. I'll send you a nice little WhatsApp.
All right.
So check your WhatsApp. Choose between those two songs. I've already chosen mine, so I think you are left with one.
All right, let me see how I feel about it.
All right.
Don't worry.
So let's take a break. When we come back, we got some more. Don't go anywhere.
Have you heard about the new Softweave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Softweave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Softweave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
All concerned are hereby advised that the Carriacou branch of the GUT Cooperative Credit Union will be closed until further notice. All are therefore advised to call or email your inquiries. For general inquiries, call 440-1354. For loan inquiries, email loan@gutcu.com. All member services and debit card inquiries, email membership@gutcu.com. Management apologizes for any inconvenience this closure may cause. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Prevent cold and flu by washing your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. That's the time it takes to remove most germs. No soap and water? No worries when you've got alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
This is a plastic bag. From February 1st, these bags are not to be used when shopping for food. So here's what you should do.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is now 8 minutes on to 8. 8 to 8. That's the time right now. All right. One more thing to talk about before we get into the blows that I'm about to give to you.
One more thing.
One more thing. Yesterday, I saw this circulating on social media yesterday of Dave Chappelle. How should I put it, boy? In I don't know how to put it. Describe it, Gary.
Let's just say he had a Will Smith moment. Ish.
I like ish. I saw a little bit of footage. He was rushed on stage yesterday, attacked on stage during one of his comedy sets. Those of you who do not know Dave Chappelle, he's one of the comedians, one of the popular comedians in the US. He was doing a stand-up set yesterday, and some young man decided, I want my 2 minutes of fame.
To tackle him. Yeah.
Lost the thing was anyway. Dave was rushed.
Crazy, yeah?
I mean,
it's not safe being a comedian these days.
It's not. You can't even tell a little joke, and I'm wondering if he rushed him because he didn't like the joke that he gave, or if he just rushed him because.
Well, there's a theory surrounding who the individual was and why he attacked him. But let's check out the clip and then we'll get into that.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for hip hop history.
And there's Chris Rock joking, was that Will Smith?
Listen, Chris Rock just don't learn.
I like it.
The Smith's name out your mouth.
Nope. Apparently that's not enough.
He just wouldn't learn.
That's not enough.
He pounced on that opportunity to crack a joke at the Smiths, asking if that was Will Smith.
Lord help us with it. But it's dangerous. So they understand the guy that rushed him as well had a gun on him.
Yeah, what's appeared to be a gun.
He has been charged.
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle's security team, they didn't play with him.
No, they weren't playing. I think the news will come out on this a bit later, and I think Dave Chappelle had a run at him too.
Yeah, man. They said it already yesterday. The team and Dave Chappelle.
Oh, they said it already?
Quote unquote, they stomped him out. That's what the words they used. And
I think there was a part where Dave said, "Wait a minute, let me go and check out what's happening here." And he dropped the mic and he ran towards the crowd of people and disappeared in the thick of the crowd.
Well, I guess.
So I believe that he had a few stomping to.
They said he had a part in it, and I saw footage of the young man as the ambulance was going away with him.
Yeah, he looked banged up.
First of all, his shoulder was dislocated. His right shoulder was dislocated. His eyes were swollen, and he had bruises on his face. I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
I think Jamie Foxx had a go at him.
It looked chaotic. In the end, it personally kind of looked a little funny.
Will Smith escaped on scales, but not that dude.
And he's a 24, 26-year-old?
22 or 24.
Some young boy, I don't know. He just wanted his 2 minutes of fame.
So here's the theory behind the situation. Of course, Dave Chappelle has remained unapologetic as far as his jokes towards the transgender community.
Okay.
All right. He has gotten a lot of flack from the transgender community based on a few things that was said during his sets. Okay. So Dave Chappelle even joked at the end when he said, "Whew." I think he didn't say I think, he said he was trans man. He was a trans man. He jokingly said that. So Dave Chappelle is not learning, and he's not backing down either.
It's not. There's so many things that we have to be careful.
It is believed that the guy who stormed him was trans.
So many times we have to be careful with what you say. Everybody's just sensitive these days, so you have to be very careful, else you can be attacked doing the job that pays you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
comedians are not safe out there anymore.
They're not.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into tune for tune. We have 3 minutes. And we're going to
very little time, but we'll see what we make out of it. So I'm going to go with my song.
Okay.
Nyla Blackman.
All right, boss.
Of course, she comes from a family of royalty. All right?
Okay.
You know that, right?
Yes, man. Yeah, man. Rashati,
Good, man. The inventor, purported inventor of soca music.
Amen.
So let's check out this one from Nyla Blackman. This one is called Bodoom Bodoom. Check it out. Tune for tune, my song, folks.
Na 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 I never chase no paper, and me not have no time. No, I don't need no savior. Need someone who go right for love, right for life. You're safe for me, baby. Stay behind. Don't take it slow. Coming real close. Collide. Don't make it hurt. Coming real close. Collide. That's all I wanna do. Body shaking, boom, boom, pulse racing, boom, boom, bomba drop like boom, boom, bust it down and spin it around and let on your tail like boom, pulse racing, boom, bomba drop like boom, bust it down and spin it around and let on your tail like. I found you now, I'm your keeper. This is what we deserve. Was single now, you're my feature.
By Nyla Blackman. That's what he's going to go with this morning. I'm going to go a local this morning. One of my favorite songs on the Memory Lane rhythm. This one comes out from the very sultry and soulful Valley Ned. It's called On the Inside.
Do your thing.
Lock it down, lock it down, lock it down.
Valley Ned, Sweeter on the Inside. That's my selection. We could only take one vote. We could only take one vote. I'm watching the time. We're taking one vote wherever that vote comes from. Facebook, YouTube. Okay, hold on. No votes yet. Hold on. All they are counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold on. Somebody on the landline there. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blassie, your co-host. Tomorrow, we're voting for mothers. I'm voting for Blassie. I like Mr. G too, you know.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Don't worry.
I'm voting for two of you all. One vote.
Well, I can't contend against that.
Have a good one.
I sit down one time.
Let me bow. She tried to sweeten it up in the end, but I'm taking the win still. Thank you very much for that victory. Sweeter on the Inside Valley Ned. I love that song. Too bad. All the songs on the Memory Lane rhythm, actually. Gary, thank you very much once again. It's been a pleasure as always. Same time, same place tomorrow, God willing.
Pleasure is all mine, guys. Hey, have a wonderful time. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Hope you guys had a wonderful time with us this morning. If you are looking at this on the rerun, on the repeat, have a blessed day, whatever time of the day it is, and thank you for locking it on and joining us. Blossy Bloss.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure as always.
As always, the vibes continue on Hot 98 with Gary. For those of you on Classic, we now join the BBC for their midday newscast, which is currently in progress. Have yourselves a blessed and thankful Thursday.